well have.
What, Jimmy?
Hello. Welcome back to another live stream of the Life of Riley with me, King Jamie. The one with the other glasses is our jester Michael, and unfortunately we do have one in the family, our peasant father, but it's okay, he's a decent peasant. He's not one of those who swims in cow shit daily.
I'm a comment.
Yeah, he's a peasant. Some say our dad is that old, he watched the Statue of Liberty get delivered itself and went, that's not going to fit. I told you to take it round back. You're going to have to take it round back, it's not fitting through there.
Yeah, just stick it on that bit of rock over there in the middle of the... Yeah, stick it over there.
I bet you that they didn't even mean to put it there. They just couldn't be asked moving it again. They put it there for like now until they figured somewhere they were going to stick it and went, fuck it, I'm not moving it. Just leave it there. Anyway, today's stream is... I'm not going to say silly cars, I'm going to say cars in general, because even normal size cars, there's certain ones that just annoy the living shit out of me. Like, there just is.
Dad's. I'm pointing at Dad on my screen.
You're not pointing at Dad on ours?
I am on mine. Yeah, I am on mine.
There were certain cars when I was growing up that you look back on it now and you think, oh, who the hell invented that? Like the Princess, the Allegro, the Mini Metro. And it is true when Jackson says, because an Austin Allegro was more aerodynamic going backwards than it was forward. Right? The Austin or the Princess looked like a door wedge. You know when you put one of those wedges under the door? That's what it looked like. They used to call it was like a piece of cheese or a door wedge. The Mini Metro. And another thing about the Austin Allegro, and all it rusted from the top down. It was really bad. Yeah. British Leyland owned them. British Leyland cars back in these 90s were absolute sacks. I mean, really bad. Anything that used to come out of the Leyland yard was bad. Right, and the Mini Metro, fuck. It tried to compete with the Mini, you know, the Mini, Mini Cooper. It just didn't work. No, absolute sack of spanners. Nothing ever worked on a Leyland car. They were on strike every fucking week.
Didn't they do vans?
Nothing ever worked.
Didn't they do vans and trucks as well?
Yeah, they did a Sherpa van. The Sherpa van was a sack of spanners. You can guarantee we're going to lose the back door on that within the first year because the back doors just fall off. The Sherpa van, absolute sack of shit, literally. I mean, modern cars compared to then, I mean, obviously, they are 1,000% better, but fucking hell.
They're still made the same way though,
They made the Sherpa van to try and compete with the Transit van. It was nowhere near as big. A Transit van was designed to carry by 4 boards. For you people who don't do metric 8 foot by 4 foot boards, I don't know what it is in Imperial. I don't know what that is. It's like 2.5 meters by 1.5 meters or some shit like that. I still do 84, and that's what it was originally designed for. And when they actually raced a transit van, because a lot of when the transit vans first come out, especially the old bullnose type, the Mark 1s and 2s, they were actually using them for bank robberies. They were that quick. They could actually outrun a police car in them.
You had a Mark 2, didn't you?
I had the Mark 2 and the 3. They used to, I mean, they were quick. They were very quick. They outrun a police car in a van.
Tell them about yours.
I mean, you couldn't do that today.
Tell them about yours.
What about?
About your Mark 2 Trent. Was it the Mark 2 that was painted? Or was it the Mark 3? Tell them about yours. Go on, tell them. Tell the viewers.
I had luminous pink hubcaps on it.
No tax.
No tax on it at the time, yeah. Because then they just did a check. Yeah. You could take your documents, and not like today where they can do it all on the road. But then it was different, and yes, it was different then, Michael. All you had to do, you see, you don't know, you were never pulled up by the police like I was.
No, you were very, very lucky. The story you told me, you were very, very lucky.
What happened was I was parked up in Middlesbrough and Albert Road. I was coming back from work, and I was in my van, and I saw this policeman walking towards me, and I thought, oh shit. I had tax discs in them then. It's just that it was out of date, right? And as he approached the van, he just happened to look down. And what he was doing, he was looking at me. They call them wheel trims now, the hubcaps then. And man were luminous, pink, big, I mean, they stood out, literally.
No shit.
They were fully lacquered. And he just kept looking as he walked past, and I'm thinking, don't look at the taxis, don't look at the taxis. And he did. I got away with it.
So
I tell you what,
freaky.
I got off Albert Road and turned into Borough Road so quick in my fucking life. Because she had the big 2.2 litre engine in it. And when that thing took off, it fucking took off.
I only remember, was it white?
Yeah, it was white with a big blue stripe and over down the side, over the bonnet and down the opposite side. There'd be twin antennas on it and everything.
Did you have a blue one?
Oh, I did. That was the Mark III.
That's the only one I can remember. Blue?
Why would you have a van?
I think you had it when we moved into Normanby.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
No.
Well, the van, you lot were getting a lot bigger then. And I used to I took all the back seats out. The white one used to be a minibus, and I took all the back seats out. And he used to sometimes just throw all the gear and shit in the back, so I would just go for the weekend. That's when I started doing left, right, switch, which way do you want to go? It was in the van.
I thought that was an Eleanor.
No, I did it after. There was only before then.
What did you have before Eleanor? Another Escort.
Yeah, it was a Mark III Escort, yeah.
Was it XR3i?
No.
Do you know what's annoying, right?
It's a normal 1.3.
Now that I can drive and I can afford a car, well, I should do because I've not got one. I thought, right, when I was due to get the Focus, I was like, no, I'm getting an Escort. I'm getting an Escort. And I looked around and I found quite a few decent ones. And I was like, oh, they're well affordable. I can easily afford this.
Escorts?
Yeah. What I couldn't afford, though, is the bastard tax on them because the emissions pumping out of them because they were ancient. So I'm not paying tax on that. Like, I'm only paying...
I used to put 4-star. It was then. It's all unleaded now. But I had to put 4-star in mine. There was no such thing as unleaded petrol. And it was all leaded.
I thought you didn't have to pay tax of cars over 25.
No, you don't know.
Some of the Escorts are over 25,
like.
All right, okay.
For me to put unleaded in, I would have had to have the car. The timing changed on the car. It was a waste of time because I was still doing 4-star then. And the only reason 4-star was leaded petrol. Now the only reason to put leaded or lead in petrol, it wasn't the lead that you picked. Lead. It was like a chemical stuff. Was it made it last longer? That's all it was. It made it last longer. You can fill up a full tank, not like the day where you go for a good spin and half the fucking tank's gone. That's all it did. It stretched it out.
I thought it was funny. When they were changing this the type of petrol that was going into people's cars. I'm like, oh, you might have to get your car converted or get another one. And I thought it was funny because then Jilly was like, oh, dad was going on about it, like, oh, tell Jamie to keep now, make sure he's checked. I don't have to worry, it's a fucking diesel. Petrol ain't gonna.
They said the same thing when they went from leaded to unleaded. Because your leaded pump, which was red, then you had the green, which was obviously unleaded, and then obviously the black, which was the diesel. They got rid of the red, which was leaded. It was called 4-star. Then you had 2, 3, and 4-star petrol, and it was 4-star, and it was quite good. And people said, "Oh, all it was when they got rid of the 4-star and they went to unleaded." It was just a slight change in the timing. That's all it was. You didn't have to have any. I mean, people say, "Oh, you need to buy this conversion kit. You need that conversion kit. You need it." You didn't. All you just took it to the garage. Cars. I was lucky my Escort didn't need it. All it was because you had your distributor cap, your dizzy cap. You don't get them now. Your plug leads on, and you had your rotor arm inside. It sent the sparks to the plugs down each plug lead. Your computer does it for you now. And all it is, it sat on a big disc that was attached to the side of the engine, and just undo the screw. It just slightly turned it. Put a timer machine on it, slightly turned it, that's all it did. That's all you had to do. So all these people who bought all these conversion kits when it was transferred from leaded to unleaded, total waste of fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry because I've got a diesel. Petrol ain't going to affect me. No. I'm alright.
Put it in the tank.
You are?
It will if you put it in the tank. I mean, we've had agency drivers, right? We've had 2 agency drivers who've done jobs for us, and each and every one of them has put fucking petrol in a diesel engine. Mine, which was my van, it wasn't supposed to be used, but they used it. Took it all the way down to Wamesbury. You know, there's a quart petrol station directly opposite.
Yeah.
Right? You had a quarter of a tank of diesel. Luckily for him, the fucking petrol floats on top of diesel, filled it up full of unleaded. And another thing, luckily he didn't start it when he realised what he'd done.
Bang,
Right?
goes the engine.
Pushed it into the truck stop alongside. Obviously, Mercedes came and picked it up. It cost them $2,000 to clean it out. That was just the tank, to drop the tank. Luckily, he didn't start it. A couple of months later, another agency lad, filled up a butter bridge off the A1. Did the same thing, put unleaded, put the petrol in. Only he started it. Got as far as the 168, blew the engine up.
Unlucky.
And told. So this van now needs a new engine.
Anyway,
And the agency's paying for it.
Anyway, back to cars, not vans. What was your very first car, Dad? An Escort.
Escort.
That was a tough question.
This is a silly question, though.
What mark was it?
Mark III.
Well, mine was it seems I've only had fucking two. Mine was an absolute bad boy Seat Ibiza that barely got anywhere, but fuck me, it took a beating. Oh, I loved taking a beating. That thing did not give a shit.
If you ever get a Seat Ibiza, anyone, change the suspension. As soon as you go over a pothole, your spans through your fucking through your head. Literally.
Do you know what? I love that car. I'd have another one. I'd happily have another Seat Ibiza.
Change
I
the
love it.
suspension then.
You, Spanish car. You hated the bloody thing.
The reason I only got a bigger car is because of the dog. He didn't fit very well in the Seat Ibiza. So I had to get a bigger car.
The suspension on them cars are non-existent.
But I'm telling you here and now, the nippy little bastards.
Yeah.
Nippy little fuckers.
The best suspension on any car in the world, believe it or not, is a Citroen 2 CV. They have the world's best transmission, or they did have, because they don't make them anymore, and the world's best suspension on an old. It looks like an upturned pram on wheels.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of the younger generation won't remember these, but people of ours, the big Silver Cross prams, fucking massive prams, were very expensive. They even had suspension on these bloody suspension springs on these prams.
That's what was probably on the Citroen.
Yes, probably was. If you turn one of those upside down, it looked like a Citroen 2 CV.
There's one of them down the road.
Independent suspension.
You know what, right? I hate this. Right? There's three cars where if I see them and there's a young person driving them, I'm instantly annoyed. I instantly look and go, fuck off. No one thinks you're cool. You look like a dickhead, right? The first one is obviously if you drive a Corsa, you're definitely on a register. Don't try and hide it.
So you're saying Sue's on a register?
Did I not take the piss? The moment I seen Sue's Corsa on the drive, did I not take the piss? Saying you can't drive that, don't dare leave the driveway. Or at least don't tell people you know me. Right? I can't stand Corsas. If you drive a Polo, your dad's probably selling drugs. Right? I fucking hate Polo drivers. Because then they get them three little letters on the back of the fucking boot and they think they've got a massive dick and all it says is GTI. Don't think it... Mate, that means that it's gone from a 1 litre to a 1.2. That means you're going to get a 60 in probably half a second quicker. You're still not going anywhere. Stop it. Stop trying to tear ass off roundabouts thinking, look at me, it hugs the road. It doesn't, mate. You're understeering that much, you're driving on the wrong side of the road.
It's
Stop
faster
it.
than walking.
I swear I can't stand
But like in my day, the cars at the I don't know, joyride is the one. What they call those?
Boy races.
That's them. It was the Vauxhall Nova.
Oh,
Proper nanny car.
Proper.
I got one of those.
I only ever saw one I liked, and it wasn't the car itself I liked, it was the colour. It was a beautiful purple colour. You know, like the boxes of milk tray?
Yeah.
That was the purple, and I absolutely loved that colour. And I was like, oh, that's a nice colour car. That. Not the car itself.
Considering I'm of a completely different generation, not even to Michael, because there's 7 years between me and him, so I'm still of a different time.
Yeah.
I've always been into older cars. I don't like modern cars, because to me now they all look the same. If you look at every modern car, even if you look at the front end and the headlights, they're all the same. Like, they're
I'll
just
tell you
not...
what, right? What I saw you. Go on, sorry.
Wait, the most era I go to is I'm a more, I'd say late 80s, early 90s cars. I love them. I think the class. And Michael and Craig actually seen one of them yesterday. There's a man who lives on the street in front of me. Well, not behind me, but at the end. And he has a Vectra, but it's
Beautiful
old.
car.
This thing's like early 90s, right?
It was nice.
All white. Everything's white. This thing was like a limited edition fucking thing. It's beautiful and it sounds lethal.
Extremely loud.
But he never takes out. It's one. It's not. I don't even think it's a weekend car 'cause he never takes out. But he cleans the shit out of this thing. Like if it's rained, he goes in and cleans it. And I was like, fucking lovely that. Wouldn't have one, but I like it. But then, the one car we'll have. There's two I'm aiming for. Before I just had to kick the bucket and go right. Peace out, world. I'm done. And go and have a word with the man upstairs going, the fuck were you playing at most of my life? I wanted an Escort, but I'm not paying the tax on them because obviously the emissions these days, they fuck you for it. And I'd rather not. Or because I have a Focus now as it is, but that's fine. But I want an ST, but I can't get one till the dog dies because he won't fit. I need a bigger car. And then I realised, there's the other I'm getting, I can't get a sports car. I need comfort. Getting out of a car that's low to the ground is not too much fun. And as you know, my car's pretty low to the bloody ground. It's fucking uncomfortable.
Well, last week I was on my way to Leeds railway station for a delivery, and there must have been some vintage car show somewhere down near First. And I spotted this Rolls Royce on the back of her trailer. It looked like a silver ghost. It was really old. I'd say 20s, 30s. With the big headlights that look like fucking searchlights.
Yeah.
Online lamps.
And I tell you what, that car was in excellent condition. There were rust of shit on it anywhere. And I'm thinking, what a beautiful, I mean, they had coach builders making cars back then. There was no factories, they were built by hand.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful car. I thought, yeah, mate, I'd keep that on the trailer. Beautiful motor. Directly in front of it, on the other one, an E-Type Jag.
See, I'm not into those vintage. I'm not into those vintage cars.
The most beautiful car ever made, that's what it was called once, and it's still got that name. The most beautiful car ever made was an E-Type Jag. E-Type Jaguar.
I'd have one, but then I'd sell it.
Cosmos.
I'd probably sell
Every
it after a
6
couple of
months, every 6 months with an E-Type Jag, you had to have its spokes redone.
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
See, that sounds like a ball ache.
You just take them up.
Otherwise, you'll end up with a buckled wheel like you would on a push bike. You've got to have the spokes redone. If everybody
These days it's just as bad, but if you hit a fucking pothole, you need your tracking redone. Because then you're like, why's my car pulling to one side?
Well, that's what I mean. Today people are starting hitting potholes and they're starting to the tracking goes out. I think, it's not just the tracking, your alignment's out, your camber's out. You have to have all three done. Otherwise, you're going to go through tyres. It's like when I take my van in for its tyres to be done. When I know the tracking's out, I say I'll do the camber and alignment while it's there.
No, you look after your
I'm not
van.
the company is, but I go through less tyres than any of the other drivers because I get all three done.
I think Michael wants to speak.
Every motherfucking episode. It's fucking guaranteed. Every episode.
Oh, get on with it.
Shut up, you fucking goon. Don't get me banned.
You're going to get yourself banned with language like that.
Any time of day, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you look after your van more than you look after your own car.
Well, my car's just
Yeah,
had a
you
couple
do
of
like.
moving out, clean out.
Like, I've seen your van in immaculate condition. Then I look at your Fiesta and go, something's gone fucking wrong here, hasn't it?
What's wrong with my Fiesta?
You let Oliver in it.
Just look at the inside.
And Ella
The
and everyone else.
the inside's all been done.
But you don't do the inside of your car.
Yeah,
I do the inside.
Yeah, it has. He did it just the day before I came down last time.
Yeah, but his van's still cleaner. I don't give a shit. His van's still cleaner.
I've got more time to do the van because of the time I get up. By the time I get back, I'm knackered. I can only clean my car on the weekend when I've got the weekend off.
I wouldn't even do that.
But I work fast. Don't forget, Jimmy. I mean, unlike yourself, who works a lot from home, I don't. I work 5 to 6 days a week at work.
Right. Because I work from home doesn't mean I have time on my hands. I'm in a code. They can see what I'm doing.
No, but what I'm saying is, you're at home. You don't start work at the time I start. Tomorrow morning, I'm getting up at 1:30 in the morning. I've got to be at work for 2.
Do me a favour, Dad.
No.
When you go into work, when you see James, ask him see if you can work at home just to see his face.
You come pick up the
Just to
sandwich.
see.
What I'm gonna do. Trying to put the sandwiches to Scarborough and Bridlington.
I'll make the sandwiches next.
Right, we're not talking about fucking sandwiches and work.
Yeah.
We're not going that way.
Alright.
Because they'll be here all night.
Okay.
So, my dream car, right, because to me this is the best car ever made. I couldn't give a shit when it says, it's just my opinion. Not I'll fucking stab you. Right? Honestly. That's like that story of the Peugeot, even the driver doesn't mean if they indicate left, the car will by itself turn right, the backwards, it just doesn't work. I hate them. Anyway, mine is an Escort RS Cosworth. I would literally wipe you lot off the face of the earth if someone went, you could have one. To me,
The reason, I mean, the first Escort RS Cosworth they made was the Mark III, right? And don't get me wrong, they are quick, but I wouldn't touch one now.
Wasn't that classed as an XR3i Cosworth?
No. You had the XR3i, but you also had the RS. What happened is they brought out the Ford Sierra Cosworth, which for me was the king of Cosworths, was the Sierra Cosworth. That was the king of Cosworths. Any Cosworth, it doesn't matter whether it was the Orion Cosworth or the Escort Cosworth, couldn't match that. That was fucking untouchable. I'd have one of them. But an Escort Cosworth, no, I would have had the ass kicked out of it, son. That is,
I know.
It would be a total engine rebuild, a rebought, new cylinder, the whole lot. I wouldn't touch it.
I'm saying, like, when I say my dream car, I mean, like, if it was, like, the perfect fucking, like, dreams can dream, like, if it was, not a lot of miles, this thing was fucking immaculate. But if you buy one second hand these days, it has been absolutely ragged. It's been ragged if you buy a second one, it has. There's no doubt about it. You're not gonna not fucking rag the ass off it. I would.
Mine would be the Bowler Wildcat. I'd have one of them.
You can't drive one of them on the fucking road.
Yes, you can. Those,
need more room.
Those babies, no 4x4 would touch you.
I am a driving god.
That's the one. You've seen it. You can take them fuckers anywhere. They are designed. They picked it 80 foot off the floor and dropped it on snows. Didn't even put a dent in the thing. They still drove away. They picked it up 80 feet and dropped it.
Do you know what
It was built specifically for the Dakar Rally.
Yeah.
It is a Land Rover on steroids. You name a roid, and that Land Rover's on it.
I'd have a. Well, people call them pickup trucks, don't they? But because to me there is a difference between 4x4s and pickup trucks. There's a big fucking difference.
We don't do pickup trucks in this country.
Yeah,
I'd have a Toyota Hilux.
Come round my end. Walking plenty of them. Literally one's parked on the front now.
Ninja's son, a pickup truck is a truck. It's like a cross between a car and a van.
Yeah.
It's got a flat bed on the back. They are not pickup trucks. It's all the reason people start calling them pickup trucks is because they become Americanized. That is not a pickup truck.
What do I call it then?
It's a Ranger. It's a Ford Ranger. It's a 4x4. It's just a fucking van. That's what it is.
Well, anyway, the van without the top on, right? What I'd have. The van without the top on.
That's better.
It's trying to compete with the one Michael likes, the Toyota Hilux, which for me is the best fucking.
I'm saying the one I like. I'm not saying which one's better. I'm saying the one I like. Because believe me, these like cars, I don't. Like, to me, you like the Sierra. I wouldn't touch one. I wouldn't have one. So I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have one personally.
Everyone's different, aren't they?
I'd have.
I didn't say I'd have one. I said that out of all the Cosworths, that's the pinnacle. That is the best. And the police had to buy them to catch the baddies. And they had the big Rovers then.
What was the Rover called?
It was just a Rover, 3 litre.
Was it Rover 3000 or something like that?
No, I'd have.
They called it a 3000, but it had a 3 litre engine in it.
I think we should all settle on. We should all have a Volvo because they'll fuck it. The old ones are like tanks. Like fucking tanks, those things.
I isn't Swedish. I don't like Volvos.
It's not about
Dad,
being
you don't
Swedish.
even drive a British car.
How much you want to bet?
Ford's American.
Yeah,
Yes,
but-
it's owned by the Americans, but they give Britain a free hand and said, you do what you want with it, just use our name.
Right, therefore,
So
I drive a British
it's a
car.
British car.
Ford, I think
So
Ford,
Matt-
Ford, it's GM, isn't it? Or is that Vauxhall?
Vauxhall
GM, General Motors, they own a lot.
Okay.
Do you know what, right? Oh, I've seen this, and this is where we're not getting political. We're not going down that route, but this is where I think the Americans made it personal. Not to anyone else, but just I feel like they've on purposely done it to wind me up. Like they've gone, I know what we can do to piss Jamie off. Because they know I'm a big fan of the Focus. I love Focuses, right? Because I can't get an Escort. So I love Focuses. And I got one, very happy with it. Fucking banging car. A Focus in America is a saloon car, not a hatchback, and it looks awful. It looks
Yeah,
disgusting.
they call them
Yeah.
saloons, we don't.
They've got Escorts as well. Nothing like our Escorts. Nothing like them.
What do we call them?
An Escort.
Hatchbacks.
No, like a saloon and a hatchback's different.
Their idea of a saloon car is what we would call an estate car.
Yeah, in the state.
It's
Well,
basically it's
what-
basically a Focus with a boot.
Right, what we'd class as a saloon car, right, like a normal bog standard.
He's trying to educate me. Go on then.
No, I'm not trying.
You don't have to get offensive, Dad.
Come on, head
fair
on.
enough,
We'd
fair enough.
class as a saloon car, you know, normal bog standard shaped car. Let's just say an Audi, you know, normal standard family car. That's what they've
Audis
made.
are not normal cars.
Can't argue with that. You can't argue with that.
Even people who drive Audis are not normal.
No, right. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Right.
No, just let him finish for fuck's sake before I get annoyed.
1 minute, just 1 minute.
We can't see that, you nugget.
Right, there we go. Right. there's a few saloons on the outside. Right. What we'd class as a normal bog standard, right, shaped car. Not a hatchback, right? Not a fucking hatchback. Not an estate. Not a van. Normal shaped car. You know? Right? Oh, I fucking hate him.
God,
I swear to God, I wish I was fucking adopted.
You are? We found you?
Right? Michael, that joke's so old, it's generally not funny
We
anymore.
found you though.
I asked them to
No,
leave.
no.
I asked them to leave an extra pint of milk, and I got him instead.
I think I got the worst end of the deal, to be honest.
Yeah, he definitely.
You didn't, I
Rather
did.
have milk.
Anyway, what we'd class is a normal standard shaped car, also known as a fucking saloon, not a hatchback, because they're two different shaped cars. The Americans have took the Focus, what we know as a hatchback, and all we've ever known is as a hatchback, and turned it in to what we'd class as a saloon. Right?
Like,
Therefore,
name me one British car that's called a saloon.
the fucking shape of the car! A hatchback.
Name me one British car that is called
I'll fucking
a
find what you
saloon.
twat. You just fucking wait.
Go
Speak
Google
amongst
it.
yourselves.
They're either hatchbacks or estates.
No, there isn't.
I'm letting him finish. In all my years of driving, I have never known a car in Britain called a saloon. Only Americans call them saloons. We don't. Please name me one British car that's called a saloon.
Right, so, first of all, a normal shaped car, like, we'd say...
I didn't say that. I said name me a British car that's called a
I'm not
saloon.
on about... See, you turned it fucking... I'm not on about where people call
You said we call them saloons.
Right, just let
You're
him
like the only
fucking
person that
finish.
doesn't
I'm
use
not
a saloon.
arguing. I just want to know
Right,
what a
So if
British
it's not a
car.
hatchback, so if it's
That's called a
non-hatchback, right, if it's not a hatchback or not an estate, what's the other shaped car that you'd call it?
I don't know because we don't have saloons in the United Kingdom.
I can literally come round yours now and show you outside your house.
Name me a car in Britain, like I said, that's called a saloon.
BMWs have them.
No, they're not saloon cars. We don't.
What are they?
In this, I couldn't give a fuck about the rest of the world. In this country, we do not call them, nor even named saloons.
So what do we call them?
Right, hold on. What car is a saloon? The term saloon car was originally used to refer to the luxury carriages on a train. I didn't know that. It was
That's new to me.
adopted by British car makers in the early part of the 20th century to describe cars with an enclosed passenger compartment.
Which they all have. So name me a British car that is actually called a
Right,
saloon.
fair enough. Right,
Hold
so
on, I'm not
it's not the
finished.
same shape as it.
I'm not finished.
Jamie, I don't care what modern society calls them. I can honestly say, hand on heart, I have never known a British car with the name saloon. It's either been a hatchback, an estate, or just a normal car.
Right, we'll go with normal car. We'll settle on normal car. Right, we're good with that. Right, we'll
Right,
settle on
that's not
normal
a
car.
saloon.
I'll take that.
So you saw my car's a normal car, is a 5-door hatchback, you're calling it a saloon.
No, that's what I'm saying. Right, so not the hatchback, not the estate, the normal car shape. Right, we'll settle on that. I'll name it that. I like that. We'll go with that. Right, good, nice one. See, we can be democratic.
Can I put
Fuck you,
Google
rest
down
of the world.
there? Can I tell Google to fuck off?
Yeah, you can tell Google.
Hey,
Fuck
Google.
off. Right, Dad.
Google, fuck
So,
off.
so not the hatchback, which is what we both have, right? Not the hatchback, not the estate, because the estate's the bigger boot one, which I like estates. Some estates are nice. A normal shaped car, right? That one. The other one, right? The Americans have took the Focus as we know it to be an hatchback, as we do, don't we? Or sometimes they make estates, but that's just been awkward. They've took our Focus and turned it into a normal shaped car, so it's not a hatchback no more.
You just got a boat.
It looks fucking minging. It doesn't look like it does not look normal.
So
right?
what they've done there is then, they've done what Ford tried to do. Escort. The Escort was a hatchback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they
and
give it
it's
a boat,
It's
they called it
basic-
the Orion.
Yeah, I was going to say it's basically an Orion. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but-
So that's
disgusting.
what's got a boat. A
yeah,
Focus with
but
a...
a Focus, as you know, Focuses aren't meant to have that either.
No.
The hatchbacks.
No, but
It looks
that's what I'm saying.
absolutely disgusting.
I'm not arguing with the toss wheel out like that, Jim. I'm just saying I have never, ever, in all my years driving, known of a British saloon car. Never.
Right, so fair enough, that's
You've
fine.
either got a normal car, you've got the hatchback, you've got the estate car.
Mm.
Now, I don't know what... I think Americans call what we would call an estate car. I think they call it a station wagon.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've got to get this right just in case any Yanks are listening. They're going to
So-
go...
Do you want to see? Let's
so
watch
for
it.
us-
Look at this.
So for Jamie, an American saloon is a normal car.
Yeah, it's a normal shaped car.
So what's a normal? So what's your car then?
What's a normal shaped car?
Sorry, a
The one
hatchback.
with the boot.
Yeah, the one with the boot. So what's a hatchback in?
What me and Dad have.
Right.
A hatchback. We have a hatchback, which has got instead of a boot, it's got a big lid. So
Yeah.
the whole just the boot comes up, and ours the rear screen and everything comes up.
Mm.
The whole
You've got a bigger space to get in. You can lay the seats down where with a car with a boot,
Mm.
you can't. An
That's the
estate
normal
car
shaped
has got a longer boot.
It's
It's
longer,
basically a longer version of it's a longer version of a hatchback.
Yeah.
That's all an estate car is.
Yeah, it's just
Bigger
longer.
than that.
It's
Any
not.
car bigger than that would add class as a fucking limousine.
It's
Anything
not-
bigger than
It's not for
an
me.
estate car.
I already know, but it's for people who are watching and that get
Right, so-
confused.
So watch this, right? This is going to make you throw up. Are you ready to see a Focus with a boot?
I've
It
seen
is-
one.
Look, Michael, see if you can see. Look at the state of that.
Yeah.
It just
That
doesn't...
That's
there.
rank.
That's exactly what they did with the Ford Escort with the
Yeah.
Mark 4 and 5. They put a boot on it and called it the Orion. It was a sack of shit. And
That's
it's done the same with the
disgusting.
Ford. The same with the
I mean,
Focus.
like, if you were parked behind that, you'd want to throw up, wouldn't you? Look at the state of that.
I've seen a few of them in this country.
The disgusting, that's not a Focus.
I've actually seen them while I've been driving. And they
It's-
don't call them saloons.
Are they not disgusting to look at?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They are absolutely rank. Like, why have you ruined... The Focus is fine. It's a hatchback. No one knows it with a boot. Everyone knows it's a hatchback. Leave it alone. And then what else did you do? Sacrilege, because you stuck an automatic in it. You dirty people. How dare you?
Yeah, because they don't know.
I think one lad said that. I think one lad said is it 87 and 98% of all cars in the States are automatic.
Yeah. A lot of...
Few.
Yeah.
Was your
And they're more
CRV?
expensive. And they're more expensive. Their gearboxes are what they call a transmission.
which is
And
completely
our
different.
gearbox is a lot more expensive to repair and fix and service than a manual one.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I was watching one American who obviously we drive on the left and we have a right hand drive, and he was right handed, and he couldn't get his head around having to change gear with his left. And as I'm thinking, well, it's automatic. You don't even think about it when you're driving a manual. You don't even think about it.
No, you don't.
Steer it, you just automatically do it with your left hand. Just because you're right-handed, doesn't mean you can't do this with your left. It's the same like Michael being left-handed. I bet he could still steer with his right and change gear, even though he's
The
left-handed.
thing is I'm right-handed, and I could never imagine changing gear with my right hand. I just couldn't.
Same here. But I bet you could do it though.
Oh yeah, it would be like natural, wouldn't it? But I'd probably be worse driving.
He even admitted, the American even admitted that you have more control, as I've always said, over a manual gearbox than you do with an automatic. An automatic
You can
gearbox.
engine brake.
You've got more control over that car.
Oh yeah. See, do you know what was mad? Right, last night, right. I've driven Craig's Qashqai, but mate, rest in pieces because that's long gone. And he went and got a Ford Cougar, and I admit I'm a bit jealous because that's the car I wanted. And I'm like, motherfucker. Well, last night I drove it up. Do you know how mad it was? I drove that Cougar, right, which is twice the size of his Qashqai, right? A lot better than I did his Qashqai.
He stalled it twice.
Yeah, I stalled it. The clutch was fucking very sensitive. Oh, it was.
He did say it was angry.
It's just
Oh, like soon as you move, that thing wanted to go, and I'm like, well.
Yeah, once adjusting that.
So I stalled it twice, but then after that, once I got on the road, I even had the seat back. I was driving it, and I felt so. I was like, this is weird. Because to me,
Every time he stopped at a junction, and then he wanted to go, it wanted to fucking go.
I was like, calm down, son.
Never drove one.
Oh, Dad, it's lovely.
It is a
Oh,
fucking nice
Dad,
car.
it's such a nice ride. It's so smooth and a nice height. It was so nice. I loved it. I was like, this is weird. Do you know what was mad though? Because that goes to show you, and Michael, this isn't a dig, but you won't quite understand. But even though his car, obviously being a Cougar, like, it's a lot bigger than mine. Right? I think mine might be longer than his, you know, because people don't realise how long my car actually is.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long car. You don't realise, like, when I first started driving, I was always scared about, I don't think I'd want a bigger car, you know, a bigger car, it's going to be different to drive. Once you get in a car, you just start driving it. You don't even clock on. You just start driving. Like, it's weird how even though the car's bigger, I was driving it the same as I drive mine. It's a complete different size.
It might be practically the same car though, mightn't it? It's got everything you've got.
Well, no, because like that's like saying that with Dad's though, because Dad's got a Ford, but his car's completely different to drive than mine is.
I wouldn't know.
Well, his brakes try and give you whiplash whenever you even think about touching them.
They're good brakes.
My brakes are I dare you to see. My brakes say I dare you to see if I work.
I like a good set of brakes. That's why when I got it, within 2 weeks of getting it, I had all the brake discs changed and new brake pads put in.
I found out that they work very well. I drove him home from his COVID jab and we came up to a roundabout and Dad was like, Jamie!
You've got to brake gently. You've got to brake gently. If you do what you do when you're not driving, if you do what you do when you drive and brake last minute, it'll just put you through the windscreen.
He's going roundabout and I'm going, yeah, Dad, I know. He's going roundabout.
I like to make sure that the brakes on my car, because they're not going to save my life. They could stop me killing somebody else, and then the back of someone. I like to make sure my brakes fucking work.
Oh, they work.
Mine are very.
Many times, because with the van being heavy, obviously I've got to give it a little bit of welly, because to slow it down. And a few times I've come to the winner gates because the gates are automatic. Good driving as well. I've hit the brakes at the same. Done
I think there's one thing every driver over here, because we can't speak about anywhere else, because if they drive automatics they won't understand. Over here, there's one thing you should never do: brake with your left foot. Don't do it. Just don't. You mess.
But there's Only Formula One drivers do that, don't they?
1 minute. Someone's at my door. Carry on.
Oh, tell them to come back tomorrow. Yeah, left foot braking. Yeah, I've tried it. It's weird. You always seem to hit the hard.
We were going down some country road. It was a straight road. It wasn't like this or bumpy or anything. And he went, "I'm going to show you something." He lives off pizzas. He lives off pizzas. Anyway, we were going down. I don't know where we were. We were in the middle of fucking nowhere, like we usually are.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm going to show you something." And he left.
1 minute. What are we on about?
When you showed me your left foot brake, and he just.
Don't tell him that you're grass. You're a proper grass. You are. Swear to God, you yelled at everything.
Let me finish, you fucking retard.
Go on, grass.
Just stabbed his left foot and I nearly nutted your fucking dash, didn't I? Like, what the fuck you doing? What are you doing?
Michael, man.
What?
The best thing is as well, right, is because I know it's coming because I'm on break and I can brace better than he can.
You can swear, Dad, to a certain extent. Just don't say cunt. Oh, shit.
I swear to God, right? I swear, Darren, it's mad because you think, well, it's only my left foot, but the sensation in it, because with your left foot, as you know, Dad, is we're only used to using it for the clutch, nothing else. It's just there for the clutch. So when you tap the brake with your left foot and you nearly say hello to your windscreen, but yet when you use your right foot, it's gentle. It's mad how it works. It's so weird.
Is your clutch harder than your brake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, your clutch is harder.
Your brake's harder.
Harder than your clutch, yeah.
So that's
Yeah, of
probably
course
why.
it is.
So that's probably why the sensation's different, because you're used to just putting your foot on the clutch.
The clutch is only a spring, really. You just pull it on a spring that opens up the clutch plate.
You can feel the spring
again. The gear plates and brings it back together again.
Yeah.
But your brake is going through a servo, a hydraulic that helps you. So your brake's a lot harder. If your brakes have gone soft, Jamie, I'd suggest you look at some fluid, put some fluid in.
You need your brakes,
Or get a new set of brake pads or even discs. Like I said, when I got mine earlier, you were there within 2 weeks of me getting it. I had all new brake discs put on the front. I had it all changed.
We went.
And they were nippy then.
We went to the Yorkshire Dales in Craig's old Qashqai, right? And he didn't tell us. Well, he did. I think he told you him. He didn't tell me because he knew I shit myself. He had no rear brakes.
Bloody hell!
Right? We're in the middle of the Dales. Not the Yorkshire Moors, the Dales.
The deal, yeah. I heard you.
Right? He had no rear brakes and 3 worn tyres. And how the fuck? How did we didn't survive? We died. We died.
What? You're on about the Dales, isn't he?
We died.
Bet he's on about the Dales. I wasn't even here.
Yeah, we died.
Scared him last night, didn't I, Michael? Because I was driving Craig's car. I went, look, Michael, there's fuck. And I'm driving.
Oh yeah.
He went quiet.
It was also extremely foggy. Like you couldn't see shit. Nothing. Jamie was doing this with his fucking hand, trying to direct Craig.
He's giving him directions to tell him.
There was also snow on the ground.
Didn't you have fog lamps on it?
Oh, Dad, it was borderline white out.
It was borderline white out.
Well, didn't you have fog lamps?
Yeah, but you couldn't see
Didn't you
shit.
put fog lamps on?
He did.
You couldn't see shit. You could see nothing. To the point where James said, "I'm gonna stick my head out the window."
Yeah, when I had more chance of fucking seeing.
All you do is you just slow down, take it nice and easy.
Yeah,
He did, but Michael in the back going, Michael's going, oh my God, there's a bend, and Craig's like, yeah, I know, I'm driving, I can fucking see it.
All you do with Michael then is chloroform him, knock
We were
him
in
out.
fucking stitches, were we?
Oh, we were. But then Craig was like, stop making me laugh because I'm trying to drive, and he was crying with laughter, but he's trying to drive, and but we just couldn't stop laughing.
He was making
And
his
then
eyes
we went-
water when he couldn't see the fog. He was making his eyes water.
And we got to a bit where all of a sudden a sheep appeared, and he was like, where the fuck are the sheep come from? And obviously we're going across the moors and the sheep were out, and he was like, now I have to fucking dodge sheep as well, and we just couldn't stop laughing.
I was screaming, like I usually do when you were you, Jamie.
Oh, I'm not even that bad.
Oh, no,
I think the only time I've started thinking about my driving is when I worry Dad. That's when I'm like, something's gone wrong here. Dad shouldn't be worried.
It's not a scared scream, it's a piss take scream. Just because you got a dash cam. He should have had a dash cam.
I think I've scared Michael pretty much every time. Scared Dad once when he went, Jamie, the roundabout, and I went, which one? When I went straight over and didn't realise it was there.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly got hit from the right out of car and right away because he didn't see it.
It wasn't even a roundabout. Like you said, someone dropped the fucking paint tin. It wasn't a roundabout.
And it wasn't foggy then.
No, it was right. And the way I said it as well when I responded, it wasn't even a joke. It was like when Dad went, Jamie, the roundabout. I went, what roundabout? Like, I generally didn't know there was a fucking roundabout. I was like,
But
which
it wasn't sand. It wasn't. There was no sand saying there was a roundabout.
I seen it.
And that's why.
That's why I said roundabout
experience.
That's right. That's a professional driver, and you're
Yeah,
not.
yeah. That's why Jamie just goes around town just to make sure you can't let me out on the big roads. It's gotta be wrong. Do you know what it is with me? I think with my driving, I think that Dad, you'd understand as well, is to others it might seem scary, but because we're driving, we can feel the car a lot more than you can. So you can only feel like a speed or, I don't know, a bit of a G-force as you're going around the roundabout, and it might seem a bit, we can feel everything in that car. We can feel if we're losing traction. We can feel if it's understeering. And it's mad. And that's why I say it, Michael, sometimes when he's like, fucking shit myself, and I'm laughing, he's going, it's not funny, I'm only laughing. I'm like, if only you could feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah, that was like one of the agency drivers when he used the van and he pulled back in the yard. Not my van, it was somebody else. He said, oh, it needs you tune your rear tyres on there. I lost it going round the roundabout. So I look at the tyres and went, there's nothing wrong with your tyres.
Yeah.
But there is a back end slipped. I said, do you know anything about a rear wheel drive? He went, what? I said, do you know anything about a rear wheel drive and going around corners when it's wet? Right, what do you mean? Hang on a minute. It's rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
When you go around a corner or a roundabout, which you said is where you lost the back end, you go around a roundabout, you're not supposed to start accelerating.
No.
You will lose the back end because the back end will try and catch up with you. I'm not being funny, mate. Because it's rear wheel drive, all the power's in the rear. It will try and push you round the corner, and if you're not quick enough, it'll spin you. It'll spin you out. You said you go around a roundabout or a corner, take your foot off the accelerator, let the van do it on its own.
It's common
Don't
sense.
try and accelerate. Common sense, yeah. I said these aren't front wheel drives. A front wheel drive will pull you around,
Yeah.
but a rear wheel one won't. It'll try and spin you off. No, it needs tyres. They had tyres on 6 weeks before that, brand new tyres on it. They were fine.
Yeah, it doesn't need new tyres, and if it's only been put on 6 weeks ago.
No. First thing I did was check your tyres. Nothing wrong with your tyres, mate. I was trying to go around the roundabout. Well, that's why I said, do you know anything about rear wheel drive? That's what happens. That's the only downside with the rear wheel drive. You just take it nice and easy, and it'll be fine. But people, as they go around the corner or roundabout, hit the accelerator, and off it goes, and it'll just lose the back end. The back end will go.
What do you mean, yeah, Jamie? What about
They say you can't do it with a front wheel drive, but you can.
Yeah, Jamie. See?
No.
You motherfucker. We hit a bush and a tree. We died.
It wasn't a roundabout, and Dad got this. I didn't cut. It wasn't a roundabout. I was coming up to a T-junction that was on a bend, and as I slowed down, Michael, don't make me out that it was my fault, because it fucking wasn't.
Jamie, when you stopped, you were in the middle of the fucking T-junction.
All right,
died.
Michael.
We died.
This is live.
We did.
I hit a lot of loose gravel and lost traction. It wasn't my fault.
We died.
You screamed like a fucking banshee, which did not help the situation, because then I was laughing at Michael's scream, because the note that came out of him was actually impressive. It was like,
The worst part was Jam. They were the worst ones. When you suddenly scream, you'd be driving along and everything would be fine. Suddenly one of them would see something and scream, what the fuck, you'd shit yourself.
I'm going to try that with Jamie tomorrow.
Don't dare. Okay, if you fix him.
What's the matter? Oh, did you see that? See, what the fuck all there?
It was the sand.
The horse in the field. What the fuck's that got to do with me? Right. I've come on the bend, and all it was is, because the gravel, it wasn't on the road, it was like, obviously it fell off a trailer, that type of gravel, so it was complete loose top gravel. Because the T-junction was on a bend, as I've turned the bend to slow it down, obviously because my tyres are now turned, I've hit the gravel, my arse end's come out. I was more in the process of, oh, my car's skidding, and I was like, who says a front wheel drive can't drift? Michael's like, oh my god, what the fuck? And I was like, right,
Instantly,
calm down.
you die.
He's the worst one to have as a passenger, is Michael.
oh yeah, he gets so nervous. He gets so nervous.
Are you
But sometimes,
surprised?
do you know, have you seen him shouting at other drivers and you're like, why are you shouting at him? You do it, he goes, are we fucking out, mate? And you're like, he had plenty of time, Michael, what are you shouting at him? And then he goes, fucking indicators. He didn't need to indicate. Why are you shouting at him? Right, we stopped on Thornby Road at the shop, right, to pick Craig something up. Michael was on the side of looking up the road, so I was like, right, do us a favour, keep an eye out and tell me when I'm clear. And he sat there and he's going, no.
There was a lot of cars.
And then he said no for the last time. And I'm sat there and I'm like, well, where the fuck's this car then? Like, the car's finally come past and I've gone, the fuck do you mean I didn't have time? It's like, what? It took forever. I'm pretty sure I've still got on dash cam down. I swear I'll show you how long it took for the car to get me. I was like, I'm never asking you again. I'm just going to
Yeah,
put
but
my head
don't
up
forget,
myself.
that car's doing 30 mile an hour and you're at a standstill.
You'd be surprised how much time you have to pull out.
What it is after a while is you can judge it.
Oh, yeah.
You can say, right, like when I'm in my van and I'm pulling out of the worst places, obviously, Sandbridge petrol station on 86, because you haven't got much of a sleep.
Fucking hate that thing.
And I'm looking down, and suddenly you'll see everybody on the outside lane of the A66, and you'll see this car, and you say, right, yeah, I've got plenty of time. I can make up the speed. 9 times out of 10, you can do that.
Michael, what am I like with which is one you always go to, Dad, on the A19?
XLB.
Excellent. What am I like coming out with that? I always say, Michael, hold on. I fucking hate that one. I'm like, hold on. He's like, why would
The first thing you could do is come out of Exelby like that, because those trucks can't move over.
No, I don't
And
tear
what I
that.
do
I say it with me.
is
When I see a gap.
as I'm coming out, I'm looking. I don't use the mirror like a lot of people do. I'm physically looking.
Yeah,
I'm
just
looking.
look.
And if I
Don't use the mirror.
see a truck in lane one and he's not moving over, then I know there's something alongside him. So I'll just sit there, because technically by law, Jamie, if you can't make it out of that junction, you're supposed to stop.
I do.
Did you know that? Yes. You come
When I
down
say
any slip
hold on,
road.
Same with the slip road. Yeah.
You come down any slip road, onto an A road, onto a dual carriageway, onto a motorway, and you can't make it into that lane. You have to give way. You've got to stop. There's no give way signs there. This is a misconception. People think because they're indicating coming on that slip road, you have to move.
No.
And any copper and any court of law will say indicating does not give you right away.
No,
So if you were coming down the slip road, or especially if you're coming out of XLB, as the northbound one's worse, the other side, right? Because that's about half the size again to get out. You are by law supposed to stop. You're not supposed to keep going.
I do every time. I actually do stop.
Because you cause an accident, you're the one that's going to throw the book at,
Right.
not the poor twat to hit you.
I'm not fully stupid. When I
I'm
say
just
hold
saying.
on, I don't mean
didn't say
tear
you.
that.
I'm saying it's a misconception people have when they're coming on a slip road onto a motorway and they're
Oh, yeah.
indicating. You automatically think that they're allowed to come straight on.
No.
If they can't get onto that motorway, whatever traffic congestion or slow moving traffic, they are legally allowed. They are legally by law supposed to stop until their way's clear.
Especially when they think they can come on and you're like, well, I can't go anywhere because I've got a car overtaking me. I've had that a few times. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. You're not
The worst
paying
one-
attention clearly enough because you can't see the car in my outside lane. I can't move over to let you on. Stop
66
mashing
between
my
me and
feet.
Middlesbrough, right? The A66 between Thornby and Middlesbrough. The Thornby turn off near where Michael lives, near the old police station, right? The one after it going into Teesside Park and the one coming out of Teesside Park. Remember the worst three junctions on the A66, right?
Oh, I hate them.
I'm in lane one and I'm coming past the arm turn off and I'm coming to the Ingleby Barwick turn off. They come off at Ingleby Barwick on the A66 near where Michael is, right? I'm in lane one. I've got a car in lane two. They wait until they get alongside me, then they indicate. Well, I can't fucking move over, mate, because of the size of the vehicle I drive. They can't see the car on my right hand side. They can't see it because I've got no windows. I'm high up. It's a big vehicle, right? They can't see it. I'm thinking, and they're blowing around. I think, well, no, mate. You waited until I was alongside you, then indicated what was as far as I was concerned, you're going straight on. You're staying in the lane to come off at the Thornby turn off where I come off to pick Michael up. It's the same with the next one along. When they're coming off the Thornby turn off near that what they call it, that gym, that Total Fitness, right? Because the side lane if you come off onto there and you stay on the inside lane, I automatically assume you're going up to Teesside Park.
Yeah, every time.
But 90% of the time, you can guarantee they'll wait till they're alongside you and then indicate. Now, what I do, when I come off that roundabout where Total Fitness is, before I even get to that junction, I'm indicating right. So everybody knows as I'm coming, as they can physically see me, they can see me indicate, which gives them plenty of time to either move over and let me out or slow down and let me in. Yeah. This one for it is the one after it, where they come off Teesside Park to pick up the A19, northbound or southbound. That is a fucking nightmare. The amount of cars that have come from lane 2, right across over to lane 1 and into the slip road. So what I do now is I move over to lane 2, stay out of the way. I'll just keep it at 50 miles an hour.
If I'm coming past that one, I'm just hoping and praying. I'm like, let's see if I can get through this one again. So I know some dickhead's going to come flying down it.
Yeah, there was one day, me and Alex, we just fueled up at Teesside Park and we'd come off the slip and we were both indicating, we both moved on to the A66 because there was nothing there. And there wasn't much gap between us because we'd like to say we'd both just come on. And this BMW, how the fuck he got his car between us two, I don't know. How the hell he done it? He just come flying alongside us instead of waiting behind us because there was nothing behind us. He had plenty of time. He waited, he flew past me and shot in. I literally had to brake hard to let him in. And I blew me on, trade player, blew me on, give him the finger, because he nearly took me out. He nearly hit Alex's rear end, so he nearly took the pair of us out. Then he rang the company and complained. Your driver's giving. I said, hang on a minute. He's a trade player. He's sure. Even Alex said, I thought he had you, John, because he was watching. I thought he'd got you. I said, Alex, if there was somebody behind me, because he hit the brakes that hard. I said, if there was somebody behind me that ran to the back of me.
Oh, Michael, do you remember the man I was going to kick fuck out on the way back from Dad's? We were coming past the Peugeot dealership. You know when I come from yours and I'm going into Thornaby. And obviously I go past Stockton, don't I? You have the Peugeot dealership, and what you do is you come left and then you come back round, don't you? The dealership's on the corner.
Oh, yeah, near the new hotel.
Like, I had this dickhead, this fucking elder man. Well, I wouldn't say he was like ancient, but he was clearly older than me. And he was in the wrong lane, and I was saying to Michael, I know what he's going to do. And
have you noticed though? You know, you've got like a sixth sense that he's in the wrong lane.
I said to Michael, and I went, I'm staying in this lane, I'm not slowing down for him, and I'm sticking to the speed limit. If he can't get over, it's his fucking issue. He's come up beside us, right? Starts beeping me. Starts beeping at me, and I'm like, the fuck are you beeping at me for? I haven't even moved lanes. I'm in the lane I'm meant to be in. Yeah. Right, he's beeped it. Give me some swearing sign. I'm like, all right. Then he's tried to cut in front. No, not happening. So I fucking kept him, like, just to be a dickhead, right? I kept him, you know, when you're just at enough distance so they know they can't come over. And I'm just sat there and I'm going, fucking what? Got to the lights now. He now knows he's in the wrong lane. He can't go anywhere because there's traffic. And he's looking behind out. Yeah. And he's looking in his window and he's giving us fucking all sorts. I went to Michael back in a minute. I took my seatbelt off because I was tired. And when I'm tired, I'm an angry little bastard. And he's going, fucking this. And I was going, you've nearly took my front end of my car off. Which is fine with me, mate, because your car's more expensive than mine. You're going to have to pay for yours, and you buy me a new car. It's a win-win for me. I'm sorted. I'm younger than you. I can heal faster. Right? He's sat there, and his wife's giving me dirty looks. And I'm going, you're getting angry because you think you had a fucking right to come round the corner, right, and just come in. It doesn't work like that. Get in the right lane. Like, no. Seatbelts come off, and I'm going, fucking, I went to open the door, Mike was like, what are you doing? It's backing him in. I was going, fucking come on, you can't. I was so tired. Because the worst thing is, I'm okay with, like, people, because it happens in Darlow all the time, people will realise they're in the wrong lane, but some of them don't try and force, they will happily just go around the roundabout again. Yeah. And I'm all like, so I've had a lot of them brake to get in behind me, and I thought, that's alright, at least they've slowed down.
Which is the thing to do, yeah.
Which a lot of them, but it's the ones that
I'm in the wrong lane, I'll slow down and move over.
Yeah, which I'm alright with. The ones that tear ass off thinking I'm going to beat all the traffic, and when they realise, well, no, dickhead, because you're going the same direction, all that traffic is still there, and they think they can force over, just because you don't let them in, and then they're giving it everything. I'm like, what right do you think you have to shout me? You're the dickhead who thought, look at me, I'm in a big Beamer. I hope to God you go straight over that roundabout and write your car off. Because that's a lot of day you're going to be in. Because that's not a cheap car, you don't know, bed.
I was coming past Barnard Castle. I'd been to Kilmarnock. I was coming down past Barnard Castle on the A66, and the dual carriageway was coming down to a single lane. They had it all corned off, and I was in my van, and we were all in the line of traffic. We'd all moved over, and obviously you get the last arsehole who tries to bully the way in. Now, my front offside wheel was right next to it. I'd say about 5 or 6 feet off the first cone. as it come off the angle, I was like 5 or 6 feet before I got in. I just about to pull away, and just happened to look to my right. There was a BMW sat there.
Oh, was
So I
a
stopped.
fucking BMW.
Yeah,
Seriously. So I stopped, and I'm looking, and she's giving it this. She's trying to bully her way in. Everybody else, she was everybody else. So I just wound the window down and said, "What is your fucking problem? How are you going to get that between me?" I said, "Go on, back up, because I'm not letting you in. Why should I let you in?" Well, she was all right, giving it the big fucking I am doing this and that and the other, effing and blind. As soon as I wound the window down, stuck my head out, we started giving it back. She, "Oh, sorry. He said, yeah, it's your fucking car. Everybody else is had to wait. You'll get back." I'm thinking, you're trying to squeeze between us in a big BMW in a gap that's barely 6 foot.
You fucking sausage.
Well, every time she moved forward, I moved forward. You're not coming in.
I love that. When you don't even move. It's when you
Yeah.
when you're not even moving, when you're edging just to wind them up, and you're slowly edging.
Yeah, we were going that slow through the roadways because at the end of the cones they had traffic lights, so we were just going slow. Everybody kept us out there. Wasn't just me. No, she come flying down the
That's when you
outside
know.
and tried to beat me to the cones. Didn't work.
That's when you know that.
If I hadn't looked right, if I had done that, but what made me look right, I would have ran into her. I just happened to brake. Well, fuck, where you fucking going?
It's when everyone's seen them come terracing, and then no one lets them in. You go, look, literally everyone's seen you do
Yeah.
it because you did it.
I've seen me do it. I've seen them come tear asses, especially when you come to the roadworks and everybody's in lane one, because you're about 200 yards, maybe 100 yards, sorry, off the roadworks. So you're all over in lane one. And if I see him coming down the outside, I will on purpose, like everybody else, go right up to the car behind me, in front of me. Fucking come in.
I do it. I do it on the A1 all the time. I'm like,
And
no,
then
that's
look,
going
they're gonna let me in.
nowhere.
And especially if they're like a big car, like a big Audi or a big Beam, and they're trying to force a win, I'm thinking, no, I won't pay for this. This isn't my van.
Nope.
It's not my car. But you're going to pay for
I'm
it.
more on the lines of, because you drove like a dick and you think you're clever, I'm okay with you not making it too fast.
Wow.
Because it's your fault.
Well,
it's
no,
your
like I said, it wasn't only me, that everybody I could see kept her there. She wasn't getting in.
Well, obviously, she deserves
I was,
it.
there was a truck about 5 cars behind me. He didn't fucking do it. I know he didn't. Because I was watching.
That's
You're
when
not
you know
getting
you fucked up, because truckers are the most people that let everyone in. Because they can't go anywhere quick. They'll let you over all the time. You know, they will
There
move
was,
for
there
you.
was an accident. There was an accident on the A1, and they were moving everybody over to lane. The accident on the A1, so they're moving everybody over to lane
I wasn't
1.
involved in that one.
So they were all tear-assing down the outside, trying to get to the front before the because they'd corned it off.
Yeah.
So all I did is I went up alongside the truck driver, right? I thought, that's it, and I stayed level with him,
Blocked him
and he
off.
could see what I was doing. Because there was already an accident there, son. Right?
Yeah.
This is what there's already an accident there. They've corned it off for a reason, and they're telling everybody to move over. And they were trying to get through the cones. The truck driver, when he realised how far I was, stopped, blew me through, sucker through, flashed him, and then that was it. But the amount of cars that was trying to get behind, right, you fucking stay there. There's been an accident. You can see there's been an accident. It's
Yeah.
telling you. Accident. And use a fucking tear-ass and through
Not
from
full
3
sense.
lanes to 2 to 1. And they were literally cutting people up trying to get in. So I just pulled out, got level with him. So my cab was level with him. And I just stayed there, kept them all behind me. Thought, no. These people who were trying to rescue, you had the ambulance for fire brigade, they had the police with it, obviously all 3 services. They're trying to rescue some poor twat who's had an accident.
Yeah.
And you just fucking making it worse. You could kill them. I thought, well, I'm not having that. I'm going to make you sit there. So I just pulled straight out. Obviously, the trucker must have thought I was going to do the same thing till I got level with him.
Yeah.
And I just stayed there. We just stayed together, both of us. Then he stopped and let me in. All the rest had to stay there. No, the fuck
On that
you.
note, I'm going to eat my tea.
Yeah, we're going to
If
go
there's
on
anything to
anyway.
learn from this, kids, don't think you're big and fucking out flying down the lanes because I promise you might get past another 15 cars, but that 16th car is going to be one of us being a dickhead, and we will not let you. We'll happily let you sit there and be embarrassed to fuck.
Because one day it could be you waiting for the emergency services, and you've got some asshole trying to do that.
And I won't call the services for you.
Right. Let's boogaloo. We will get to talk about silly cars because we're off topic. I got as far as the Austin Princess and the Austin Allegro.
Thank
So
you.
seriously, check. I'll have a look at the shape of an Austin Allegro.
Right, Dad, we're going.
Right.
Thank you for joining another live stream.
Please back up.
It's much appreciated. Fuck up. I mean,
Oh, that echoed.
What happened there?
You bet. Fucking echoed.
So.
And he has an Eddie.
Right there. Shush. Oh, say no, you dick. Oh, there it is. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure talking about all you dickheads that don't know how to drive. Just so you know, if you do see a silver Ford Focus 2013, version, Z-Tech, I ain't no EcoBoost pussy. I won't let you in if you drive Fiat 500. Not happening. Corsair, go back home. You fucking tea's done. It's your bedtime. In a Suzuki Swift. And if you're a BMW, your car may be faster, but the difference between me and you, I'm unfucking-hinged. I'll still give it a go. I will, I'm a twat for it. If I see a car and he's revving, I'm like, I will.
Right, Jamie.
Anyway,
outro is not supposed to last 10 years.
from me, Jamie, him, Michael, and our father.
Cousin it.
Fester.
Yeah, cousin. Do I look like I've got barely any head of it? It's got me cousin it.
He's definitely Fester, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, Dad. Someone's got to be.
Uncle Fester didn't have yellow hair.
No, you had no hair.
It's pissed in.
Sorry. You know that.
I said, Dan, you had a go at me for it?
Right.
Is it pissed in as well? It's the fucking Tintin quiff.
I know I need that cutting off because someone's going to have to come and do that.
Yeah, no.
Do
Anyway,
it yourself. It's not difficult.
no, don't do it yourself, Dad. For the love of fuck God, don't cut it yourself. Anyway, thank you for tuning in.
See you later,
Much
Tintin.
appreciated. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. I know you never do, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure you're scared to leave a comment, and that's okay because I'm not a people person. Right?
Yeah, he tells that to everybody. I'm a people person. Have you got any stupid stories about idiots in cars on roads and stuff like that? Just leave a comment there and we'll come back to it. I promise you.
That's a big
We
comment.
will answer.
You can comment, just don't leave us your life story.
So yeah, don't leave us lives. Don't come out of some soppy shit like, oh, I hit a dog once. No, don't do that.
No, ignore them. I promise I will answer you.
It's a comment. It's
I'll
a
be
comment,
fine.
not a biography.
No, ignore them. You know what these two are like. Just ignore them. I promise you. If you leave a comment of any of your tales or any stories or what you class as stupid car drivers or silly cars, I'll definitely come back. I'll definitely reply.
Also,
But thank you for leaving a comment.
Also, it's a podcast, not a publishing company.
No wonder nobody does it. We used to.
You're not
You
going
want,
to
you want the channel to take off, then talk to them properly. Stop treating them like fucking idiots.
I'll give you a column.
And that's you still getting told. Come on.
Right. So
I
thank
who
you.
I'll definitely reply. I was supposed to be taking this serious.
We
and I
will.
have yet
We
to
will.
be used
We
to
will
take it
reply.
serious.
Dad,
we will reply.
Don't
Calm
worry.
down.
We will reply.
The only person you've replied to is me. So get on with it.
We're being told off now because you used lots, so thanks. So the next one.
Yeah, they're getting told off, people. This is Dad telling the two young'uns off. Now behave yourselves. Let the people reply.
Well,
If they want to leave a story or a comment,
Michael, shut up.
I promise I will reply.
While he's telling us off, we're just laughing at him.
Good. Get on with it. Come on. Come on, I've got to
I
be
just
there.
know, yeah, so don't forget to leave a comment about your driving stories, because to be honest, I like driving stories, it'll be funny to talk about. Yeah, so until next one, remember, don't talk to strangers, especially ones with a transit van and smarties.
Yeah.
So until next time.
My tip of the day, don't eat yellow snow. Bye.
My tip of the day.
Speaking of tip of the days, I need to go and take mine for a piss.
My tip of the day: don't sit down with a light bulb in your back pocket.
That's an
Bye.
old one.
Bye bye.